So you want to approach a girl at a library, and I've done this a few times. It's a really good beginner spot because you can ask about the book she's reading or the genre she's looking at, and it's just a really good excuse to talk to somebody, even though you want their number and you're interested in them. So it's a really good spot to get the first approaches, but I mean, a lot of the time, unless it's like a library attached to a college, there's probably not going to be a lot of women there you can approach. And, you know, even if there's like one or two, it's like, okay, well, they probably don't find you attractive because it's like the success rate for a cold approach is just still going to be like 5-10% at best for most people. Um, but yeah, so essentially what you do is ask about the book or the genre they're looking at. Um, I wrote something here. So like, hey, sorry to bother you. I noticed you're reading X, and I'm wondering what you thought of it so far. Or I noticed like you're interested in X, and you know, what have you heard about it? I mean, I guess if she's at a bookstore and she hasn't actually read it yet, but if she's like in the corner reading the book, I mean, yeah, that's kind of rude. But you could just say like, I'm sorry to bother. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm like kind of interested in that. And for the sake of not having this kind of blow up in your face, maybe check whatever that title is or the name of that book in your phone, get some like basic information about it. Um, and if you could, yeah, if it's like a different genre, you can be like, oh, you're into psychology. Do you have any recommendations if she's like looking at that section in the bookstore or library? And then you can like use that and like lean into it after the fact, like what else she's into, what other books she recommends, what other authors, whatever. And hopefully, I did this kind of once. I didn't end up getting the number, but I kind of just leaned into it because I like astronomy and like space books, and some girl was looking at that, and we just kind of got to talking, and it was kind of cool. Um, so I mean, that's ideal. I mean, the chance of that happening is probably pretty low, but it's just going to be that much better if it's like actually authentic. And yeah, so lean into that, and then you can like really continue that further to get their number if you wanted. Like if if you need a book buddy or something like that, like to talk about or recommendations or whatever, here's my number. Like you can do the entire encounter with the excuse of just like wanting, having interest in whatever she's reading. And I mean, you can even do this like if you're at a college or whatever, and she's like has a certain textbook for a class, you could ask like how that class is going or something like that. Again, super. It's just so much better having an excuse. It's just like easier. That's all. I mean, and it's just that much more natural. And then like okay, like some girls could actually be not interested in you and still willing to give you their number on that. And that's cool. Like that's fine. Like you still want to kind of make it clear once you have a number, your intentions. Not like straight up, I'm interested in you romantically, but just the way you talk, tease, flirt, or whatever. But it's also fine if you're a friend, if you're only on friend basis, because sometimes they can hook you up with somebody. You never know. But it's just like starting that conversation, just kind of having some rapport, just building a bit of a connection there, and then going for the number, and that's really it. You don't really need to complicate it more than that. So if you're at a library right now and you're searching and you don't know how to do it, go approach and let me know how it goes. Peace.